Thanks for joining us from the Ohio AgNet, the voice you know with the news you trust studio. Sponsored by Grain Equipment Company, where innovation meets execution. I'm Morgan Anderson. It's 35 degrees outside with cloudy conditions that will continue for the rest of the day. Wind gusts up to 24 miles per hour are making the temperature feel like 20 degrees. Our low for tonight is 25 degrees. Welcome to the Afternoon Farm Show. Thanks for giving us a slice of your Thursday. Let's take a look at what's making agricultural news. This piece from Capitol Hill. Brooke Rollins has become the 33rd U.S. Secretary of Agriculture after this morning's Senate confirmation, with an overwhelming vote in her favor, 72-28. USDA's Rod Bain reports.
Senators voting in the affirmative: Barrasso, Bozeman, Capito.
The roll call and vote on the floor of the U.S. Senate Thursday for the nomination of Brooke Rollins as Secretary of Agriculture. And once voting concluded,
the yeas are 72, the nays are 28, and the nomination of Brooke Rollins is confirmed.
The Texas native becomes the 33rd U.S. Agriculture Secretary. Once taking the oath of office, the incoming secretary says among her priorities, per last month's Senate Ag Committee confirmation hearing,
we must ensure that the disaster and economic assistance authorized by Congress is deployed as quickly and as efficiently as possible. We must work with the great men and women of USDA, the stakeholder communities, and state leaders to immediately and comprehensively get a handle on the state of animal disease outbreaks.
I'm Rod Bain reporting for the U.S. Department of Agriculture in Washington, D.C.
Thanks, Rod. Rollins is a native of Glen Rose, Texas, where she graduated from Texas A&M University and was the school's first woman student body president. She got her law degree from the University of Texas at Austin Law School. She served in the first Trump White House, where she directed the Domestic Policy Council and the Office of American Innovation. After Trump left the White House, he tapped her to lead the America First Policy Institute. Switching gears, let's check in with our weekly update from the Ohio Soybean Council and your checkoff dollars at work. Here's Dusty Sonnenberg.
I'm joined today by Dr. Horacio Lopez-Nicora, OSU Extension soybean pathologist and nematologist, talking about downy mildew and the potential impact the disease can have on the soybean plant, in particular when that plant is used to raise seed beans.
Those yellow chlorotic spots can eventually turn brown and wrinkle those leaves and clearly affect photosynthetic area, right, of that leaf. And we can see that, very severe effect of downy mildew may reduce yield. There is very little evidence that this is a very important pathogen in terms of yield reduction. However, very severe presence and downy mildew effect on soybeans can also cause seed problems. It can also go to seed. And when we're raising beans for purposes of using those seeds, we will have to be careful and make sure that we choose a product that can really take care of the oomycetes and use that as a seed treatment, for example. Assuring that, when we plant a seed heavily infested with a pathogen that causes downy mildew, we at least don't start already with something in the field.
And this update brought to us by the Ohio Soybean Council and your soybean checkoff.
Thanks, Dusty. Now an update from the Ohio Farm Bureau's Young Ag Professionals. Cameron Reinhart of Fayette County is the winner of Ohio Farm Bureau's Young Agricultural Professionals 2025 discussion meet. The results were announced Saturday, February 8th at the Young Ag Professionals Winter Leadership Experience. The competition challenges young ag professionals to find solutions to key industry issues. Reinhart is a PhD candidate at Texas Tech and has been heavily involved in various agricultural organizations. As the winner, he earned $3,000 plus trips to the 2025 Ohio Farm Bureau annual meeting and the 2026 American Farm Bureau convention. Congratulations to Cameron Reinhart of Fayette County. Despite all that is going on in the ag world for 2025, beef prices are going strong to start 2025. That's according to Josh Maples, assistant professor and extension economist, Department of Agricultural Economics at Mississippi State University. It's been a strong start to 2025 for cattle prices, continuing the momentum from last year. Calf prices typically rise earlier in the year, and this season is no exception. In late January, 500 to 600 pound steers in Oklahoma City hit $334 per hundredweight, up $20 since the start of the month. Meanwhile, fed cattle hit a record high weekly average of $203.67. This early year rally follows an 8-year trend of price increases through February. Strong demand and tight supplies are driving prices higher, with factors like fewer feedlot placements and restrictions on calves from Mexico playing a role. Beef prices are strong too. The choice box beef cutout hit $333 per hundredweight in January, the highest since mid-2023. Let's recap how the markets closed, brought to us by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance online at seedconsultants.com. March corn up 3 1/4 at $4.93.5. December corn down 3/4 at $4.72 3/4. March beans up 2 1/4 at $10.30. November beans down 1 1/4 at $10.45 1/4. March wheat up 3 1/2 cents at $5.77 3/4. September wheat up 4 3/4 at $6.17. All that and more when you listen to the Ohio AgNet.